Well, good morning. Welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Rev Lee Wolak. We're here each and every day doing exactly what we do, exploring thoughts. So, where do you begin to practice love? Where does that begin? It's real simple. It begins within your own heart. It is to understand who you are, to really become aware. If you ask, what do you know? What do you truly, truly, truly know? The only thing that you can say is, I know I'm aware. I'm aware of what's happening. I'm aware of my senses. I'm aware of my feelings. I'm aware I'm thinking. I'm aware I have a body. I'm aware of what my senses are telling me. I am aware. So if you're aware, there's nothing to judge about awareness. Awareness is pure love. It's only when the ego comes in and makes judgments that we step out of love. We say, this is good, this is bad. I don't like this about you, I like this about you. But awareness is just observing. And that's not easy to do. It's not easy to do in this world. So the first thing I become aware of is I have a body. And then there's so many aspects of having a body. Well, today was my 6th day that I did I'm not going to call it an ice bath, but a cold bath, because I don't have ice in the water, but the water is 55 degrees. And I get in, I almost scream, and I sit for 2 minutes, breathing deep breaths. And while I'm in there, I become aware. What is my body feeling? How is that cold affecting my body? Where is that cold having the greatest impact? How is that cold affecting the pain I might have in a particular part of my body? How does it feel where I have tightness? How does it feel where I know I have some inflammation? You see, I'm aware. And by practicing awareness, I'm practicing love. So then you go from your body and you go into your mind and you become aware that you have thoughts. And you have all sorts of crazy thoughts. Psychologists say we have roughly 13,000 or 60,000 thoughts every day. And of those 60,000 thoughts we have every day, almost all of them are a repeat of the day before, about 90 to 95%. And then when you really break it down, what's the title of my podcast? Thoughts Can Change Your Life. If you're thinking the same things over and over and over again, your life's not changing, is it? So when you become aware and you understand that, then you start thinking new and different thoughts. And that's a wonderful way to look at it. So as I'm giving you this video, this podcast, I'm looking at myself in the screen. And one of the things that they talk about in the cold bath is that your wrinkles start to disappear. You actually start to use your skin gets tauter. You start to look younger. And I'm looking myself in the camera, and I look at myself in the camera every day. I'm on Zoom. Every day I'm doing something on the camera. And I'm telling you, I'm starting to look younger. That's one of the benefits of the cold dip. I love it. There's so many more. See, I'm becoming aware. I'm watching things. I'm seeing. Here's the key thing about awareness and about loving yourself. Are you seeing the outcome of what you're thinking? Are you seeing the outcome of what you're feeling? Are you seeing and knowing the outcome of what you're doing? When you're aware, that's love. And until you can become aware of yourself, how are you going to do that with others? If you're unconscious about your life, about what you think about yourself, what you feel about yourself, what you believe you can do, You're going to have the same opinions about others. But the more aware you become of yourself, the more aware you can become of others. And the more aware you can you don't judge yourself and you become loving. It's always about self-care. Do you get that? Self-care is simply realizing that you're whole, perfect, and complete, just like you are. And that you have the ability, the power that is in you to create. And you are 100% responsible for what you create in your life. 100%. I know that sucks, but it doesn't, because if you're 100%, you don't have to rely on anyone else. You say, well, they did this. No, your perception of them is causing you the problem. It's not them. Change your perception. You'll change your life. You may not be able to change your perception, but you can change how much time you spend with them so you don't get that energy in your life. I'm looking at life right now from the standpoint of watching that football game. I only watched about 5 minutes of the football game Monday night, but I happened to witness when that young man got hit in the square in the chest and had a cardiac arrest. And so now I'm saying to myself, do I want to put that energy, and some of you may not like what I'm saying, my son doesn't for sure, that energy that football is violent. Do you want that energy in your system? How's that energy affect your system? Watching violence of any sort is the same thing as watching the news. It clutters your mind with things that are not relevant to you, depending on where you want to take your life. How aware do you want to be as you live your life? That's a big thing. How aware do you want to be as you live your life? And then when you become aware and you start making choices, rest assured, it's going to tick people off, because people want you to stay the same. They want to connect with you the way they've always connected. But if you're changing, you have less to talk about. If I start pulling away from football, my son and I have less to talk about. You know what? That's okay. Will it be awkward for a while? Yeah. Will we be okay? Yeah. Why? Because that's just how it is. You set an intention of what you want your relationship to be based on. And you'll expand, and hopefully they'll expand, but you can't be invested in their expansion because you can't control it. You can only control your own. I know I was asked the same question as I talked about football, about Avatar. And there were parts of Avatar I just couldn't watch because of the violence. And to believe that watching that violence doesn't impact your energy, that's, in my mind, is just foolish, because everything impacts your energy. Everything you watch, it becomes a part of you. It becomes stored in your mind. Then I ask the question, is that what I want stored in my mind? As you can see, I'm processing right now. And I'm doing that because I want you to know that you can process too. You can make a discernment. And I'm not saying I'm right for you. Don't believe anything I say. I am not right for you. I'm just telling you what Lee is doing as Lee's on his journey. And my journey is simply to become more aware and to fully experience everything this life has to offer, and to use my creative power to create the most magnificent, fulfilling life that I can possibly imagine. That's why I do this every day, because this talking to you helps me become clearer on who I am and who I want to be, where I want to go, and what I want to experience, and with whom I want to experience it. I share that with you. Today is Agape Gathering Day. If you'd like to join a gathering, you're at 1:30 Central Time and 7 p.m. Central Time. All are invited. We just talk, share, connect. It's a social thing. Know that you're invited anytime you want to connect. Also, if you're not, a lot of you are joining me for meditations in the morning at 7 a.m. There's no better way to love yourself than to take time and meditate. So I share that with you with love. And with love, I say make it a great day, because only you can. Until later, know that I love you just the way you are. Aloha.